Heyo, Charmander Xerneas here. I'm pretty sure that Nintendian is going to be the only one who sees this video, but I might show it to other people if they're going to, animate or something so that they can hear this part of the script. Basically, I'm too lazy to type up and upload the entire script, because the script is a notebook long, plus I had to staple in more pages because I ran out, just to give you an idea of how long it is. Then again, we did write on every other page and people would leave suggestions, and most of it is pretty terrible, so I haven't read this in months, and so while I'm reading this, I'm going to give little revisions and be like, oh, that part was terrible, we should cut it out. Anyway, I'm going to read this from the very beginning. This is going to be bad, because it was kind of poorly written. Hi, this book belongs to several people. We are making a series called ACAUL. It is about 4 friends who move into a small town, and they meet new friends and have adventures. Feel free to read some of the episodes, but do not steal anything from them, as they are our stories. If you find this, you will be rewarded for turning to sin. Thanks. And then we all signed and said, call this number if found. These are all based on the Animal Crossing games, mostly New Leaf, but the other games will take a part in this. If anything doesn't make sense, go play a main series Animal Crossing game for an hour. Wow, I like how that... By the way, I wrote the first episode by myself, and I am a really bad writer. Episode 0, Pilot. Misspelled, because I can't spell. Shot of 2 small hillsides. A bird flies between them as the sun rises behind them. In between the hills, a long train track runs through, with long grasses on either side of the tracks. Suddenly, a train passes through, forcing the long grasses to be pushed aside by the rushing air. Inside the train, most of the seats are taken. A tall blue and white cat walks through. He has a red turtleneck sweater on, and despite the hot summer day, he walks through all of the compartments muttering to himself, "Can't sit here." Wait, I should do a voice. "Can't sit here. This seat's taken. Sure is crowded today." Eventually, he makes his way to the back of the train, where there's only 1 seat left. Fortunately, there's one for one last person. Cat. The tomcat turns and smiles to the family. Sorry, my dogs are barking. He turns and... I lost my place. This is going to be a long video. The first episode is kind of long, so we'll probably cut it after a certain amount of time, because Scratch can't take that long of a animation. Eventually, he makes his way to the back of the train, where there's only 1 seat left. Fortunately, there's enough room for one last person, Cat. The tomcat turns and smiles to the family in the last seat. "Hey, mind if I sit here?" 4 teens are sitting in the booth, looking up at the cat. On the left side, there's 3 kids. There's 1 kid on the right side. The boy on the left side has messy red hair and beautiful green eyes. He is wearing a blue shirt with a white rabbit on it. The girl next to him also has red hair, but it looks neater, and she has a fresh green 4-leaf clover placed behind her ear. It complements her green eyes. She's wearing a hoodie, and in front of it has blue and white stripes, but the sleeves in the back are orange. The hood has 2 long orange cat ears and a lovely green leaf running through the middle. The girl closest to the window has long, formal red hair. Unlike the 2 sitting beside her, she has light blue eyes, like the clear summer sky. Now that the sun was completely out, she too had a hoodie on, but it was much different from the orange hoodie. Hers was white, with multicolored stars scattered throughout. The left arm was light blue, much like her eyes, and the right arm was green, much like the other 2 kids' eyes. The hood was orange with a small white nose in the center, 2 X's for eyes on either side. A purple stripe ran down the center of the head, and on top of the hood were 2 ears. The left was red and with orange in the middle, and the right was light blue with green in the middle. The boy sitting across from them stuck out like a sore thumb. Almost everything about him was different from the others. To start, while the other kids had bright red hair, the boy had dark jet black hair. It was smooth and curved up at the front neatly. His eyes were light blue, but it was a different shade from the girl sitting across from him. He was the only one who was wearing a tank top, which was surprising, for it was an unusually hot day for summer. My dogs are barking. I'm really sorry if there's background noise. It was in a red and white checkered pattern, 16 squares front and back. He was wearing a dark blue shorts. Each leg had a thin yellow stripe. The boy also seemed older. As everyone else seemed to be 13 or 14, he seemed to be 18 or 19. Wow, age differences. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my dogs to quiet down. I'll probably take breaks in between each video so that it can be cut out into parts and be made slightly shorter. The children looked up at the cat and then to the boy on the right, and they leaned forward to converse with the other kids. They were whispering, quietly debating on whether they should let the cat sit with them. After a minute or two, they looked up at the cat. The boy on the left glares at the cat, but the other three smiled cheerfully. The girl who's closest to the window says... Here, wait, who's closest to the window? Oh. The girl who's closest to the window says, "Sure, you can sit here." "Thanks, I'll just sit right next to this young gentleman here," the cat said. The cat slid into the left boot. The black-haired boy continued to glare up at the cat. "My name's Rover," says the cat. "Howdy, Rover. I'm Casey," shouts the redhead by the window. I misspelled redhead. I spelled redhead, R-E-A-D. Red. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. That's so bad. And I was like in 7th or 8th grade when I wrote this. I know how to spell the word red. What? No. I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, the girl with the clover in her hair speaks up. "I'm Storm." The redhead boy leans forward. "Hey there, you fine kitty cat. Do you have a boyfriend?" "What?" Rover blushes. "The answer is yes, and his name is S-A-M. Storm grabs the back of the boy's shirt and pulls him back into his seat. Sam, cut it out. Rover doesn't want to be your boyfriend." Sam turns towards Storm angrily. "You don't know that." "Children!" Oh my god, this is so bad. "Children!" Suddenly, the dark-haired boy, who had been noticeably quiet, was shouting, "Stop arguing!" Sam and Storm fell quiet, and they stared quietly at the boy. Rover shifted in his seat uncomfortably. "So, yeah, I'm Casey, and that's Storm and Sam." Casey pointed to them as she says their names, before pointing at the boy with the black hair. "And that's our... Oh. Alright, so we called the boy Mommy Connor, because he was like our adopted dad, but we called him Mommy because he was more mother-like, but that's... I don't think that's good anymore. I feel like we should change it to Daddy Connor. But... whatever, I'm just gonna read it as Daddy Connor. Oh my god, this is so weird. But if we change it, just remember that it's Mommy. Mommy Connor. Just a minute, I'm doing something! "Oh!" exclaims Rover. "Those are some nice names." "Not as nice as yours, kitty cat," says Sam. "Sam, if you like Rover..." What? I don't know what voices I'm doing. I think I'm just changing their voices constantly. "Sam, if you like Rover's name so much, why are you calling him Kitty Cat?" challenges Storm. It's called a nickname, sweetheart. I've got one for everyone," says Sam. Storm punches Sam's shoulder. "Ow! Storm glares at Sam. Don't call me sweetheart. Sam rubs his shoulder, warily staring at Storm. So, where are you kids heading? Asks Rover. I don't know, says Casey, turning to Connor. Daddy, where are we going again? Connor shrugs. Forgot. I'm sorry, that's probably offensive. It's just, I can't do deep voices at all. Forgot. What? What? Shouts Rover. How did you forget where you're moving? When did we ever say we were moving? Connor asks, eyeing Rover suspiciously. Oh, you just have a one-way ticket, so I just assumed. Rover trailed off. Connor nods curtly. Fair enough. I'm gonna cut as soon as it hits the next scene. Actually, I'm just gonna cut here, because I feel like this has run a little long. So, thanks for listening, if you have been listening all this way. I feel like the only reason you would listen this far is if you were Connor. In which case, I'm sorry for making your voice sound horrible. I am a jerk. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this for now, to be continued in part 2.